Welcome everyone. My name is Nicole, and today we have about a 30-minute lunar flow. It's the evening time. We're in Gardner Canyon. We're gonna stay close to the earth and just try to have a nice, real feel-good practice. So that sounds lovely to you. My mat got rained on, so we're gonna begin seated, not laying down. And if you want to sit up on a bolster, a block, that's great. Wherever you are, just take a moment to arrive. Maybe sway side to side, grow a little, and begin breathing deeply in through the nose and out the nose. Checking in with yourself to see how you're feeling and, give yourself props for showing up. And then you're going to bring your hands to heart center. If you'd like to set an intention for the class, maybe a word, anything that calls to you that you like to see more of in your life, or not at all. And then we're going to inhale the arms overhead. And then exhale, turn the palms down, draw the hands down. Inhale, fingers overhead. Turn the palms down, exhale. One more like that, inhale. And exhale. You bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, press your hands away. And then inhale, draw them back in, like a little pretend resistance there. Inhale. And exhale. And beautiful. Maybe you want to switch the cross on your legs. Make sure we get it evened out. And then hands on the knees. We're going to go ahead and do spinal circles here and just pick any direction. You can make them big or small. Just try to make them feel nice and keep breathing. And then maybe switch directions. And then reach your fingers off to the right and then up and over. A little side stretch. Maybe look up if your neck is not bothering you. You raise the bottom hand to press down to kind of give you a little more leverage to reach over. And then inhale, back up. Reach the fingertips the other way and then up and over. And then inhale, back through center, and prepare to move around into table or all fours with your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. Really claw the mat Toes curled under, and then tilt your tailbone to the sky. Press down through your hands, and we have our cow. And then cat, pull in through the core, round behind the back of the heart. Drop the head. And then go ahead and move back and forth between the two at your own pace, with your own breath. And then come back to a neutral, and we're gonna step our right foot through. Have blocks handy if you find that could be helpful. And then uncurl your back toes if that's comfortable for you. And then we're gonna squeeze, come on up, hands in prayer. Let's keep this real active. You can feel your legs squeezing together, activating your back glute, pressing down through your front foot, drawing it in some to activate your hamstring, the back of your leg. Breathe, pad your knees if you have sensitive knees. And then let's inhale, arms overhead. Get really tall. And then exhale, left hand down by your right foot. Twist that right hand open to the sky. And then let that right hand come down around your front foot. Press through your heel to come into half splits. Pressing down through your heel, that same down and drawing in to help activate the back of your legs. Pull length forward, chin lifts. And then exhale, fold. And inhale, shift forward. Curl your back toes under, lift your knee. Turn to the center of your mat, toes to the long edge. Inhale, halfway look up. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, round up, look forward. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway look up. And we're going to turn to the back of our mat to do that sequence on the left side. So drop the knee, uncurl your toes, and then activate through the legs, squeeze, lift up. Take a few breaths. Keep engaging your legs. And then inhale, reach the arms high to the sky. And then drop your right hand by your left foot and left hand twist open. Maybe look up if that's okay with your neck. And then left hand comes down. Press through your left heel, half splits. And you want to send that hip level back. You can keep a little micro bend in the knees. You can use blocks on either side to help balance. Exhale, fold. shift forward. Curl your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Turn back to the center of the mat for wide-legged forward fold. Once more, tilt your pelvis, your booty. Inhale, halfway look up. Use blocks here if that's, just make it accessible. And then exhale, fold. And this time, you can just try to relax the head, the neck, the jaw. See if you can just keep the activation in the legs. And then inhale, halfway look up. And then we're going to turn back to the front of our mat. Drop your knee once more. And the toes uncurl. And then instead of coming straight up, or maybe if that was working for you, start here. This time let's sink a little through the hips. And then inhale, the arms come up, and maybe we add a little arc backward, arching our heart to the sky. And then coming forward, left hand comes down, kick your back heel in, right hand reaches around, create a little resistance. Maybe you need to open the front leg off to the side a little bit. And then just turn and look over your right shoulder. And release the back foot, turn back towards center, and then let that right leg come back. Both knees under your hips, and let's bring our hands out in front, puppy pose. Let the heart melt toward the earth, and then the forehead comes down, or the chest, and then chin comes forward. And breathe. And now shift back onto all fours, and then step your left foot through. And then inhale, squeeze, lift up, and maybe stay high, or maybe begin to drop the hips. Inhale, the arms overhead. Maybe create a little bit of a back bend, heart to the sky. And then inhale, squeeze, lift, come on out. Right hand comes down, keep the back leg in, reach around. Maybe you need to open the left leg a little. You want to come onto the side, the blade of the foot. And then kind of turn and look over your left shoulder. And then come on out and come back to puppy pose, knees under hips. Send those hands out in front of you. Let the chest lower, forehead drops to the earth. Keep the hands active, pressing your hips high. come on up, sit back on your heels. Here, we're gonna do hero's pose, so maybe you wanna grab a bolster to put between your legs, and then the backs of the feet come down, and you can sit, and then slowly over time, the hips lower in between, and you breathe. We're flicking our toenails into the earth strongly. Knees are together. If you want to come back onto your forearms, or all the way onto your back if you know that that works for you. And then when you're ready, if you lay down, go ahead and inhale up. We're going to come back onto all fours. Draw your right knee behind your right wrist, down into pigeon pose, picking that back leg up and scooching down, still remaining active in the legs, squeezing together. So I could lift up, not just collapsing out. A little activation, and if you'd like to come down, go ahead. Otherwise, just stay up high and breathe. If you find that you have very tight hips, put a block under your right hip. Make it feel much better. And just take several moments to breathe here. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift, stretch up, and then coming off to the right, we're going to draw that left leg all the way around, hook it over that right knee, sit evenly, bring your left hand behind you, inhale that right hand to the sky, and then exhale, core engaged twist, hook, re-straighten, and look over your left shoulder. Always clasp the knee if that feels better to you. And then head back, come undone, and then extend your right leg out along the earth and draw your left heel in. Sit evenly once more, and this time twist to the right, fold over your right leg, but it's more of a, instead of rounding forward, I'm still trying to like come forward nice long, low back. And then when I can't come forward anymore, then I'll go ahead and let my head drop towards the outside of my right leg. And then inhale, go ahead and come on up. And then we're gonna come back onto all fours. and do that sequence on the other side. So let's draw our left knee behind our left wrist and scooch that right leg behind us. And my toes are pointed in, but I'm still remaining engaged in the legs. Maybe come up tall. And then if you feel like folding forward, go ahead. If your hips like freaking out, put a block under it and breathe. Everyone's gonna have different areas of where they feel sensation. So pick the level that you can still breathe and feel just a little bit of ease, but like you're working at the same time. And then we're gonna hands on our shoulders. Inhale, lift up. And then come off to the left, the hips fall to the left, and then bring that right leg all the way around. Hook over your left knee. Take a moment to adjust it evenly. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale that left hand to the sky. And then twist. Re-straighten. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe. And then go ahead and come undone. And lean back and extend your left foot now long out, and then draw your right heel in. Sit up evenly, core engage, and then twist over your extended leg, and then begin to fold. But have a nice long low back, chin lifting, come forward. So I can't come forward, I have as much length as I'm gonna get, and then I can go ahead and let the head drop towards the outside of the knee eventually. But don't sacrifice the spine, always the most important. And then an inhale. Come on up. Draw that leg in, and then go ahead and prepare to lay down onto our backs. I think we'll go ahead and do a little bridge. And some fingertips touch your heels, and then, make it a little more watery, a little more feminine from the moon qualities. And go ahead and make it a fluid bridge. So pressing down through your feet, send your hips up, and then either grab the outside edge of your mat and roll your shoulders under, or maybe clasp under your bum. Maybe roll those shoulders under even more, and those hips high, and then maybe just add little hip circles, or a little fluid movement here that feels nice, and you can just work with gravity. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, slowly roll down, hug the knees in. Maybe roll around a little on your back. You add a little happy baby, rub the outside edges of your feet, draw the knees down. And then press your whole back, head into the earth. And then hug yourself into a little ball. Squeeze your muscles. And then go ahead and just release out into a Shavasana. So the feet roll out, palms turn up. You can take any shape that will bring you the most comfort though. So maybe you want your knees knocked in or a bolster under them. Do whatever you need to do. Let's just take the next several minutes to integrate this practice. Breathe into any sensations that arise. I will guide you out in just a few minutes. If you'd like to come out, please bring small movement back to your fingers and toes. Or you can always stay in Shavasana as long as you like though. And roll to your right side. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, go ahead and use your hands to push yourself back to a seated position. Notice how you feel and without judgment. And thank you so much for practicing this beautiful place with me. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your evening. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Take care.